I am 2015 pass out from Pune University in computer science engineering from Modern College. So straight after the college, I got placed into the in-campus placement into the TCS. So in TCS, I got a training on mainframe technologies. So initial few years, I work on mainframe as a database administrator. So in as a part of DBA team, I was working on creating indexes, managing tables, and managing the database, and like that. And mostly like the DB to IBM DB2 database like very huge. So mostly like maintaining and like doing the patch up work for the database. So that was like very short description of my work at that time. That was the stint was only less years, 1 to 2 years only. So after that, I moved into the analytics part. So I started with Power BI initially. In the same project, I was working on like using Excel data sources. I was creating some reports for my managers, so that actually there was like interest from my side as well. Like I want to learn, and there was a requirement also. So I started working that. So after that, I got into the actual Power BI project as a BI developer in Power in TCS only. So there was a client from Thermo Fisher Scientific. So I was completely responsible for the operations engineering department reporting requirement. So in that every weekday, every Wednesday, I used to interact with the client manager and their developer to get a requirement and give the whatever work I have done in the last week and present it. And whatever feedback is there, so I will take out feedback and we'll discuss the refine the requirements again, decide on the timelines like that. In every iteration, we used to work on that. So in that, I was the sole point of contact to take the requirement, do the development, and do the testing and deployment as well. My manager was only involved in this process only for the billing part, and if is there any escalation or any prioritization needs to be done.
Great, great. So, how many dashboards you have created till now in Power BI?
Yeah, more than 15, 20.
Okay. So, can you tell me the life cycle of dashboard development?
Yeah, first like it starts with the, like taking the requirements. So okay, like I will tell you like initial requirement. Like, there was in my current project, our department had to like I want a report where I want to see the who is not filling the timesheets and all. So like okay, I got the requirements like, and I asked him like how we want to see in that format. Like okay, so I noted down. After that, I went to the line database to check for like which table we are having the data, or if it is like getting regular refresh in what format. So after studying that, I started working on like okay. Then I started importing the data into the Power BI. In Power Query, I did some modifications like that timestamp was in date time format. I needed only for date, so do that conversion and all. And then that after that, I did some like employee table and timesheet and extra. Like I did the star modeling in star schema. So after doing the modeling, like there were like also like importing the tables, like there was like requirement like this like it is a timesheet data, right? So I had, no one fills the timesheet in initial starts of the week. Everyone fix it at end of the week only. So when on the Friday, it should be like always refresh, because you cannot like say someone like he has filled the timesheet like you haven't filled, right? So at that time, so I was using direct query for the timesheet tables and like import mode for the table employee tables and all. So using that, I created like like some like a matrix type of chart where I was showing like how many the people haven't filled and how many hours they are supposed to fill, how many is remaining, and the remaining hours I was showing and doing some background formatting. I was showing like the green and red mark, so that if all you have filled like more than 70% of hours, then you will be shown as a green. Otherwise, if you haven't filled anything, then you are shown as a red. So after that, once the report goes to the UAT, it got I did the testing. Even the manager who is like gave the requirement, he tested it. After that, I published it into the production. In production, we have like an app workspace. In production, I have published it to app workspace, and already the managers are having access to that, so they are able to access the report now. So
Okay.
this is like from requirement gathering till the publishing of the report. And while doing all this, I am keeping the like doing the documentation on Wiki as well. Like what are the requirements, basic requirements, and after that, what are the sources I'm using, what are the like tables I'm using, how modeling I'm done, and if I have done some decisions on like modeling, okay, I want this or I don't want. So why I'm doing that, so that if some even if I am referring it after 6 months or 8 months, I should be able to decide, okay, this is why I have done that. So I do that the modeling, like documentation as well. And if someone wants to like, if I am on leave, if someone wants to see like if the report is broken or something, so where should he check? So I have listed down the tables, views, stored procedure, anything, all the objects I have created in the format, and also the DevOps links where all the objects are checked, and the DevOps ticket as well. So the way all the discussion has happened. So using that wiki, everyone can track down.
Okay.
So this is like complete process I am following here. Also.
Great, great, great. So, what are the different refresh options available in Power BI?
Like if you are using a direct query in the tables, you don't need to refresh. It will automatically data set will get automatically refreshed, but you just have to refresh the visuals on the web Power BI workspace, like website. And you can, if you are it is in import mode, you can, like if you are having like basic license, then you can refresh it 8 times a day. If you are have hosted the report on premium workspace, you can refresh it 40 times a day. Also, if your table is in hybrid mode, you can have like incremental refresh as well, like some of the data can be like import mode, and the latest one can be on the direct query part.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
usually that is like I haven't incurred any situation like where the hybrid mode is required, because most of the reports which are required are like, if it is, even if it is getting daily used, if it's if you can refresh it at the start of the day, it works fine mostly. And if it is like this for the timesheet, I'm saying here I'm using direct query directly, so that automatically it will get refreshed.
okay.
Also, like, yeah, there was like in a previous report also, like there like our client was very like he was very keen on the DevOps tickets and all. So at that time we also created a dashboard like for our 5 6 members of team. Okay, who is working on support tickets, means like I have like 8 into 5, right, 40 hours a week. So how many hours I have spent on support ticket, on development, or like doing the testing, or how many hours I have logged, or for which ticket I have logged, how many hours, how many are remaining. Like that, we also created a report. So that was very nice. But in that, we also used like Power Query, the direct query only, because the data was less, and we need to have like very latest data in the report.
Okay. So, while working on Power Query, have you come across any limitations?
Any limitations not any such limitations, but I prefer to do the all the like transformations or anything need to be done. I prefer it to do in SQL only,
Mm-hmm.
because it will take less time as well. And if, yeah, in case if I want to make any modifications also, if you create do it in the SQL view, then it's easy because you don't need to touch the PBX file.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think not major. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, on a day-to-day basis, how do you handle the large volume of data?
Large volume of data. First of all, like if you are working for like we have the data for like actually I'm working for ASOS. It's a retail client like our Mindra.
Mm-hmm.
So for that they have like sales and returns and all the type of business they are dealing with. So there we will have in for finance, we will have GL trans, we will table. So it will have millions of records. So for that we don't need all the records to be learned. So what we have done, like we are showing in our report only last 24 months only. So accordingly, our we have like created a query so that it will fetch only latest data. So we are like we are using only latest 10 to 20% of data only, and discarding, because if you try to run the query for a testing as well, it takes like around 5 to 10 minutes
Mm-hmm.
also, even if the server is on the highest P15 scale also. So mostly we are like, we when we are dealing with the like we just decide like if we really need this, then only we try to touch it. Otherwise, if it is really required, we try to use the various aggregations, so that the Power BI will have less load on that, because this if you have more data, it takes more time. And usually in our like environment, our client is not using any premium workspace. So the so the feedbacks cannot be more than 1 GB. So mostly we are using like a direct query and using aggregation or something.
Okay, okay, fair enough. All right. So, do you have any sample project to show?
No, actually, but actually it's on my client machine. Can I show
Okay.
it?
No, if
Just a minute.
is it confidential, or if it is your own project, you can show it.
I think it's not my own project. I can we can say like it's a financial data. I will like, describe like Akshay, like it's like mostly in the matrix and the filters forms
Mm-hmm.
because finance people they are mostly interested in the numbers. They see like if their numbers are finance is like about they are tallying the multiple systems they have. So majorly I'm working on reconciliation reports. So they are using Microsoft Dynamics for the accounting part,
Mm-hmm.
and they are using Oracle sales related for software for the actual sales rate. So what we get data from Dynamics, we get data from Oracle, and we try to reconcile it always. Like okay, for Dynamics is saying we have done this much of sale, Oracle is saying this much of sale. So if there is any variance or not, because for the accounting purpose or filing the any returns and all, for they you completely depend on the Dynamics only. Like if you like for the tax department any reports are there, they depend on Dynamics only. So Dynamics it needs to be always in the sync with the whatever the Oracle is showing. So
Mm-hmm.
that type of reports we have created.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So I will
I
give
I
you.
would like to also tell one.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
that's that.
Recent one report I have. Sorry.
Yeah, if you have any sample, you can show. But if it is not confidential, then that would be great. Like,
I
or
think all are confidential,
then
but I
then
can give.
that's fine then. So I will give you one scenario. Let's consider you have an
Okay.
existing Power BI dashboard which is connected to Oracle
Okay.
database. Okay, and
Okay.
the new requirement is like now the client want to migrate the server to the cloud. Okay, let's say they want to switch
Okay.
to Snowflake with the same dashboard, but
Mm-hmm.
they have some offline model with them to check the KPIs of the dashboard. Okay, so when they did migration, the KPI figures on the dashboards are misplaced. They are seeing huge variance in volume.
Mm-hmm.
So now they come to you. Now what you will do to fix this problem?
Yeah, first of all, what we will do, like, it's not always like a dashboard, there is a wrong. Mostly it is the wrong with some type of data only. Like here also we face some many issues, like your report is not showing the correct numbers,
Mhm.
but it's mostly the data which is coming. So what we can do, like we can do, like check the number of rows, if it is the same in the both the system. Many times it is not. After that, we can do the some aggregations, like if you are issuing that report on like KPI, so on KPI some numbers, so we can do the tally like year wise amount or something like that. From that we can like narrow down where is the difference is coming, and then we can figure out okay this type of data is not completed in this new version of the database, and then we can highlight that. And also if data is complete properly, and then we can check in the Power BI is there any like a filter got changed or something. Sometimes what happens if you are using some column on a filter for a filter, and if it is not available in the new table, it will show, but the that as because the filter is got disabled, it will show the numbers, but it will show the wrong numbers. So that way also it can impact. So we have to check like if it is like any filters got changed or not as well.
Mm-hmm. And
Like usually for us like, we are doing the reconciliation, right? Usually it happens like our numbers are not matching. So
mhm,
firstly like check in the Power BI, I go to like our mostly reports are in the direct query, so we cannot see the like in the data view, right? If it is an import mode, we can see the what the data we have received. So what we do, like we like open the PBX, refresh for the latest data, and then we check in the tables if we have received the latest data or not. If we are not getting a latest data, then obviously there is some issue with the refresh or all. If the data is correct and our DAX, whatever we have written, if it's tallying with the data in the like in the tables we have in the Power BI, then obviously it is then we have to check. If it is not correct, we have to like make a changes in that. Otherwise, if it is correct, then we need to go one by step back, step by step back, like that.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So I have a calculated column and the measure.
Okay.
So can I use the calculated column instead of measure in dashboard?
Yeah, I think you can use. We can use calculator column, but in major you will be doing some aggregations, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you are doing average sum, I mean, you have to perform that on the column as well. Like calculated column is like it will calculate for all row wise. Like if you are like we are like four people in the like whatever purchase like shopping we have done. So your major is showing like a total per the shopping amount, and if your calculated column is showing like only this quantity into the price, and it is showing the total for one person. So if you want to use that calculated column, again on top of that we have to use the sum for the all. So that way we can use.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better to always use a major if it is easy, because if it is not complex. But if you want to use some complex transformation, then you can go for calculated column.
Okay.
But calculated column cannot be used in many cases for the direct query. In import mode, you can use.
Can you tell me the reason behind that?
Some of the DAX functions we are used to create a calculated column, those
Mm-hmm.
are not supported in direct query. And most of them are supported in the import mode. Because of that, we cannot use it in the direct query. Because in direct query, data is coming on the fly. All the transformation are done on the fly. So if it is so most some transactions will like requires more transformation. Those type of DAX it is not supported in calculated column.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I'll give you one scenario. Let's say you have a new request from a stakeholder, and the stakeholder have the sales data of the previous year and the current year.
Okay.
And he have the
Mm-hmm.
sales target for the previous year and current year, and actual sales happened in previous year
Mm-hmm.
and current year. So
Mm-hmm.
what visualization you will prefer to create on this?
Like if it is like for a longer period of time, we can use some line charts so that this is was the target and this is how much we have actually like a line and bar chart type format we can use.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it is for a like current year and previous only, then at that time we can use some cards as well.
Stakeholder want to see the target cell and the actual cell happened on the same chart.
Yeah, then we can have like uh, bar chart only, like two columns parallel, like for 2023 how much, what was the target and how much we have achieved, and for that, like for that format we can do. Otherwise line plus column chart also we can do, like this is the line, what is the target, like
Mm-hmm.
100%, and we have done 75%, 95%, like that we can show.
Okay, but
It depends on how much space
yeah,
also we have on the
exactly. So
and
let's say in case they have many products present. So with two bar chart for each product will utilize the large area on the dashboard.
yes, yeah, yeah, correct. You are saying correct. Like, but it depends on user as well. Like, for I have created one simple sample report where
Mm-hmm.
we have created around 9 to 12 charts on the same page. But because the user was insisting, like, I don't want to go and check for like if I
Mm-hmm.
am looking for like only shoes only. So, like, I will go only for that small visual. I will open it in focus mode and I will do my analysis
Mm-hmm.
now like that. But if he wants like on only one dashboard type, like he want to see it on continuously screen, like then at that time, uh, we can like have in column chart only we can have like I don't name like you can it can have like multiple divisions, like red for shoes and black for like
Mm-hmm.
t-shirts and all like that. That can also we can show.
Okay.
And mostly like we need to follow the like whatever template also is being used, right? So it should follow this template scheme and color scheme as well.
Okay. Have you created box chart in the
Box
dashboard?
chart, no. Yeah, no, actually.
Okay. That's fine. I think we can start with some basic DAX queries now. Give me a second.
Okay.
I will start with the basic query. Let's consider you have a table. You have three columns in a table:
Mm-hmm.
date, product category, and amount. Okay. So
What is date, product, category, amount? Okay.
yeah. So now you have to create a DAX query to calculate the
Mm-hmm.
total sales for each product category.
Okay. Then we can.
You can share the notepad and type a DAX query. So you can.
Is it visible?
Yes, yes.
What we can do, like we can use here calculate. Calculate some of the like amount, and then we can like pass on the filters like product amount for which table, right? And then we can like use the product category for to filter out the data. I think like that we can do actually.
Mm-hmm. Or okay, fair enough. So now in the same query, I want to only see the time frame of 2023 to 2022, like only for last 1 year. Let's say you have last 7 year of data, and this query is returning the total sales amount of entire time duration, right? So
Yes,
now
yes.
I only want to see the last 1 year of sales amount.
Then you can give product date. Sorry. And date minus year. One like that we can use.
Mm-hmm. And if I want to,
Actually,
yeah, that
yeah.
is pretty close. That's fine. So let's say I just want to see the s- total sales for specific year range. For example, 2020 to 2021.
You want to see for only specific time period.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what we can do, like here we have pass this filter, right? So what we can do, like actually, like we can have this generic measure, and we can show it on the card, and we can have like a filter or on the report where we can have sliding like time frame, or we can have like a hierarchical dates as well, like year, month wise.
Mm-hmm.
Accordingly, if whatever they select, it will get filter it out, and we can do it.
Okay. Yeah, that is also one way. Okay, that's fine.
Because what I have done, like after this I will show you one sample report means
Mm-hmm.
that is not a critical. So what I have done, like I try to use make the measures and all in more generic, because I don't want to keep it more like specific one. So that will, like if you are like generic one, so that you can reutilize multiple times.
Okay. All right. So we'll ask the last question on task. Now, with the same data, you have to calculate a year or year sales growth, and you have to show the difference of the previous year sales and the current year sales in the output.
Yeah, actually, I know that, but actually, like time intelligence functions YTD and we have to use, but
Mhm.
I haven't implemented it. Like, if there is a requirement, I can just
Okay,
Google
okay.
and
I'll
I
I'll
can
just give you
implement
the
it.
hint. In the current query, you are getting the sales amount of last year, correct?
Yeah.
Now, can you do it for the current year only?
Yeah, I think
Only
we have
sales
to
amount
pass
for
you
current
like,
year.
sorry.
Only you have to calculate the sales amount for current year. No, that's fine.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
we can pass the like a date as an year of current format like that.
Okay.
Shall I show you my dashboard?
Yeah, yeah, you have. Yeah, please.
Give me a minute. Huh? I will rotate my screen. Uh, just a minute. Huh? So Akshay, the report I am showing is like a currency cloud report. So that I will give the requirement for that. So currency cloud is like a bank intermediary for my client. Okay. So
Okay. So, are you showing in the webcam?
yes.
Okay. So if you stop the screen sharing, I will be able to see the webcam.
How can I maximize my screen for me? Okay. Just give me a minute.
Uh,
Okay. So, Akshay, this is like a currency cloud report, man.
mm-hmm.
So the basic here is like currency cloud is like bank intermediary from our client.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens whenever we as a users make any payment, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
won't go to the bank account; it goes to the intermediary account. And also, if they are like if you are making any payment, right? You see like pay you money or something, right? Those are like intermediary. So here is the currency cloud is intermediary. They will have like a license for working in multiple currencies. So these retail client they will not have this license. Only these intermediary banks they will have. Previously they were using Barclays. Now they are switch on to this. So what happens like they want to like these are here you can see the vendor's name. Here you can see the
Mm-hmm.
here you can see the Adidas
Mm-hmm.
UK or UK or ASOS
Mm-hmm.
or Reebok UK, right? So these are the vendors. For them, my client ASOS has to make a payment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or weekly whatever. So for whatever purchase they have for whatever the amount they have received for that purchase done for these clients material, so that amount gets in deposited in their respective currency cloud account. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and but the dynamics tells like what is the actual amount we have to pay. So why there is a difference? Because like I am the user. So what I will do, I will buy Adidas T-shirt, but what I will use, like if it is £100, there are many ways to make a payment, right? So I can make a payment in cash, I mean like cash or card. Direct, I will pay 100, I will take it. So all the 100 will go to currency cloud account. So there will be no difference. Like I have to pay 100 for that, and I already got 100, so I don't need to top up anything. But if like someone who makes a payment use a ASOS gift card or something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what happens? Like if they make a payment of £50 from the bank account and 50 from the gift card. So what they will receive in currency account only 50, but client needs to pay 100 for the to make it the transaction happen. So what we are seeing here is like how much gift card or gift voucher or amounts it's got used in this all these transactions. So whenever there is a difference, that much amount they have to top up from their own account, and that amount they have already received in some gift card or voucher format, and that amount they keep on talking. So this report is like very crucial for them, like their our clients money laundering chief money laundering officer use this report to see if they are using the correct amount, or if they are not circumventing the like amount to make a like profit tax gain.
Okay.
Like here you can see, so all these reports, these are in the import mode. So once a day, I capture a snapshot from the dynamics and I get these records from the system. And from currency cloud, every 2 hours, I get the file in the ADF containers. And from that, I capture every, now it is 7 o'clock there, every 6 o'clock, the job will run. And I will capture it for the day and it will show me the balance for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So here you can see, here it is a date, right? So this is for a today, 2nd of August, right? It is not refreshed yet, so it is showing like today means first. So for first of us, they can see, okay, what this was the our case. We have to pay 77. So if they
Mm-hmm.
want to go back in time on 23rd, what happened? What was the situation? They can simply click the date and they can see the snapshot.
Okay.
So this whole part is based on the import query, and this right part is based on the direct query. So purpose is like if they want to see like okay, they are saying like 71851. Okay, that is taken at the start of the day. But if they top up the amount, they should see it in the report, right? So this is like the latest balance. This balance keep on changing every 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the card and gift voucher balance. So all these queries on this side, it happens are on direct query, and these are on the import query. So here you can see the main balance. I am using the card. It is like the main account they are using to do the top up. So if they want to transfer from these to these, they have to see how much balance they have. Accordingly, they can do the transactions. So here you can see like I have created two pages. This is for the UK and this is for EU. EU means like here it will have multiple currencies other than the GBP. All the currencies in the European Union, those are shown here. And for the UK, it is showing only for one part.
Cool.
So like this is how it is builder. So here what I am using is like every day I am using like for the creating the snapshot every day at 6 o'clock. There is a dynamics job. It imports push full push the data in the our database. And my jobs it runs at around 7 8 o'clock. It captures a snapshot and put it in the history table. So whenever there is like if they want to see for the previous date, so I use the relation from the snapshot and show it in that format. And for the currency cloud, they have the mules of integration with the currency cloud. For every 2 hours they put down the files like previously we are different, so now what they are doing, whatever the accounts are there, they will like do the select latest balance, and for each account what is the latest balance and timestamp they will give me. So accordingly I will insert in my table and should do the modeling and show it here. So also like what I have done here, like the dynamic system and the currency cloud system both have different account number, and there is not a single table which will have the relation between them. Like we have like D001 for Puma UK, and in currency cloud we can have C001, but there is no table. So what I have done, like I have created one mapping table. So every time there is like a new vendor going on, so we keep inserting the records in that format.
Okay.
So that has like it goes from every even for inserting also we follow like testing. So I create the script in the already created script, like if not exist and all that, and we execute it in dev, show the result, then do it in UAT, and after that it goes into production. I create a change request and it goes into production. And even for the Power BI deployment as well, we have deployment pipeline. So whatever changes are done, so it goes to the dev, test, and like production right there. So actually, I had experience previously. It was not implemented here. I have only initiated this. They like we can do the deployment pipeline. It will be easy for us. So then customer like agreed how much money and all. So I only did the analysis and give them demo like okay, we can have like a premium license for two workspaces, three workspaces, and then we can implement this. Right?
All right. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think we are good at Power BI side. So, have you worked on a Snowflake? Or
No, actually, we are using Azure Synapse like here.
mm-hmm.
Snowflake not being used, but I have understanding of like data warehousing concepts like we
Mm-hmm.
are using here. But
So,
Snowflake, I yeah.
yeah, we'll just ask the basics. So, can you tell me the difference between the s- just a second. I lost the question.
SCD you are talking about?
No, no. Just a second. Yeah, the fact table and the dimension table. So,
Yeah, so here we can say like fact table is like as in this current report I can show right. We have like vendor staging table. So in that I get like all thousand around vendors are there. So all the vendors, their account name and their address and their primary contact number, that is like a dimension table we can use to filter out the data. And the fact table is like a sales table where multiple sales records comes every day, and we use it for the doing the aggregation and all. But the aggregation is based on the dimensions like date table or the vendor or the product like that. So in star schema, if you are using the fact table comes at the center and our dimensions are be used for relation.
mm-hmm.
And mostly it has like a one to many relationship from the dimension to fact.
Okay. So, can you tell me the difference between the OLTP versus the OLAP?
Yeah, OLTP like online transaction systems and OLTP for analysis purpose. Online transactions where major focus is on the insert, updates, and delete. And in for the OLTP, the major focus is on the doing the aggregation and getting the value. So in OLTP, as you say, like much focus is given, like there should be a database should be always available, both should be available, but the inserts update and it should happen very quickly. But in OLAP, we don't do insert update, we just ingest the data and we use for the analysis purpose. So in OLAP, most of the data is in the aggregation form. If like we decide like till what level we want to have the cardinality, like day wise or timestamp wise, accordingly we can do the aggregation and we can insert in the OLAP format tables.
Okay, okay, that's fair enough. We'll start with the SQL round now. Can you share your notepad? I will ask you
Yeah.
some scenarios and you just have to write the queries. Okay,
Yes.
just type the column names for the orders table.
Hmm.
You have order table, and in orders table you have three columns. First one is order
Okay.
ID, customer ID, order date, amount.
Amount. Okay.
And you have another table.
Yes.
Let that's one. We are okay with first table only. So now can you write the query to find out the total sales for each customer and order it by customer ID and order date.
Sales by each customer, order by ID and date.
Mm-hmm. When I say each customer, like there could be a multiple entries for the same customer. So
Yeah,
target
yeah, I
is to
understand. Yeah.
collect entire sales for. Okay, okay.
Yes. And
Okay.
Order by ID, I mean customer ID, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, like that we can do use group by to get this amount for each customer. Yeah,
Okay.
we have to write some ideas as here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Now you have a second scenario. You have products table. In the product
Okay.
table, you have the product ID, product name, price, and category.
ID, okay, name.
Price, category. Okay. So, can you write a SQL query to find out the second highest price in each category?
Second highest in each category.
Yeah, second highest price in each category.
Hmm. I think we have to use a partition by here. So let's
Yeah, you are allowed to do all the possibilities.
otherwise we can sub query as well. So like what we can do actually is like we can take like two records in subquery for each product and do it in ascending order, and in the like upper query we can do it like select the top one record and order by in the descending. So do that we can get the second one.
Okay. Any alternate way to achieve the same result without using
Yeah, we
top?
can use. Yeah, yeah, we can use like without using top. You are saying
Mm-hmm.
without using top. I think we can implement this using partition by as well, but I
Yeah.
haven't used it.
You can give me pseudocode also. That's fine.
Instead of top, what we can use.
Have you worked on the Windows function?
Not much actually.
Okay. Are
It's
you
like I have learned it, but in daily, not much I have used.
okay? So let's say you are aware about the row number, rank, dense rank, right? I'm audible. Hello. Are you there? I'm audible now.
Yes, yes. Sorry, actually my net went, so I tried to join from another device.
Okay. Yeah. So have you worked on the row number, rank, dense rank?
Yes, I have used like a rank function in like we want to like I told you like only for 24 days, right? So at that time I have used a rank functions.
So can you tell me the difference between rank, row number, and dense rank?
Row number, like as you say, like we given like order, right? So accordingly it will give a row number for each record. In the rank it will give for one each record, but if there is a similar values it will give the same record, same number for that rows. And uh, and it will skip the next, like if like Rugved, Akshay and Ramesh is there, right? So if Rugved and Ramesh has the same marks, it will give one for Akshay, second for Rugved and Ramesh, and for the next person it will directly give four. But in the dense rank it will give it starts from three and on, like.
Okay. So can you share the notepad? I'll give you the scenario.
Yeah, sure.
So in the current query only, you have the
Mhm.
category, right? So can you write a query to apply row number on the category column?
uh, Actually, I have studied this, like, but not implemented. So,
Okay, in the output format, I want ID, like product ID, name, price, category, and the row number for category.
ID, name, price, category, and row number for category.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like these were some ads.
You had to partition it by category.
Yes.
Over will come first, like after row number.
Something similar like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you
So
order
I
it?
have you.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Can you order it by price now?
Yes, we can hear only. We can write.
Yeah, do it.
If you want to in descending or ascending, we
Descending.
can
Yes.
do it. Yeah.
Okay. So what will be the output for this? Like, can you guess?
So it will like it will give like records as you're saying, and the row number whatever for each category we have, like if there are four categories like shirt, t-shirt, pant. Yeah. So for each category, whatever row number got assigned,
Mm-hmm.
like it will show in that format.
Okay.
Partition by category, order by price we are showing, right?
Yes. So in the previous question, I asked the second
Yes.
highest price for each category.
Yes.
So can you filter the second highest price from the current query? You have the price with descending, right?
So yeah, here we can write like row number is like two or something like that,
Can you write
because
that?
we are
Can you apply that condition over here?
we can use we can you have to use having um, having row number equal to two, like that we can write.
Can you tell me the reason behind using having clause over here?
Uh, because we are doing the aggregation, after that we want to use it, right? So because if we want to use it after like doing the aggregation, we have to use having clause.
Okay, all right. So we use the group by and having also. So what's the difference?
Group by means like as you said, like we have given a category, right? So it will like club everything for each category and again do the aggregation. And after that aggregation is done, and based on the aggregated value whatever is there, if you want to apply any filter on that, like if you have written that average price for each category we have calculated. So if it is like 50, 70, 100, and if you want to see like only category which is having average value more than 100, at that time you have to use a having clause.
Okay,
Or if you want to like consider like for each category consider only items whose value is less the greater than 50, at that time you can use a where clause. So we will filter out the data and then we will do the aggregation. And if you want to do the like apply filter after doing aggregation, we use the having clause.
okay. So let's say in the existing query, I only
Mhm.
need the first three columns like name, price, and category. I don't want the row number, but I want the second highest price for category in the output.
Okay, then we can write a subquery that is easy way, like select name, price, and
Hmm.
category, like that we
Can
can
you do
get
it? we have to name like that. We can use some alias and we can like select only required columns here. All right. Yeah, I think we are at almost
Yeah,
closed. I will give you one string.
yeah, like I have like Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, only the last question. Just a second. Okay, I gave you one string. Okay, can you copy and paste it to your notepad?
Yes.
Okay, so consider you have a single column table. You can name any
Mm.
header to this column, and this column contain this sentence. Okay, now
Mm. Mm.
requirement is you have to split the all words present in this sentence into different columns,
Mhm.
and you can name that columns as per the meaning, like first name, last name, place.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We can do it like in Power Query if we are doing right. We can use a delimited by like dash,
Mm-hmm.
and we can like filter out all the records.
Mm-hmm. Let's say,
So
but we have this present in our backend data, and requirement is to create the table out of it in backend itself.
yeah. So we have to use here string functions. I think something like the logic will be same only.
Mm-hmm.
I am not remembering the function what we use in SQL
You
for
can write the
string.
pseudocode also. That's fine.
Yeah, like what we can do like in substring what we do like we take right one words made. What we need delimited by some piping. I think yeah. I can do it, but the exact word I'm not string function what we use.
No, we are fine with function. Just give me logic. What logic you will use?
Like what we actually we will do like here we can see the dash right, so we will use it as a like separator between these values.
Mm-hmm.
Like here we can have like our here in place like we can have like our this one if it is removed and even if it is space right, in such case also we can split it in the, like using the delimiter for this hash we can split out the data in multiple columns like first name, last name, city, age, gender and experience like that.
Okay, and how will you define the delimiter and the very next column? Like the first name is, we are okay with the first name, but how do you identify the second name and column name for the second name?
Second column, how we have to give.
We can use the string indexing, something like
Yeah, I think, but string index, I want to use.
using the delimiter.
Yeah, I like first value we can give as a name, second value as a last name, third like city, like that we can like for each whatever output we receive from the string function with that index, we can assign that value to the each like column name, like first name, second name, like that we can do.
Okay. All right. I think we are good on this point. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, questions like is it like a like is it like a requirement for a something specific project or is like a generic one for which can be utilized in multiple projects?
Uh, Basically, project is belongs to banking domain, and they have some
Okay,
existing Power BI dashboards. So,
okay,
like maybe in the
like
next,
yeah, yeah.
maybe the HR
Sorry,
may
yeah,
tell you the exact the project requirement. So the main focus is on the good in the Power BI. The person supposed to good in Power BI and writing of the some SQL queries.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have done like
Mm-hmm.
I have written very good store procedures and all, right? But here, like using like auto-generated syntax and all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, I'm not remember everything on my, and I haven't used much this Windows function, so I may need to brush it up. But I can write good queries as well. And Power BI, I'm sure like I can handle any queries user have from any part. Even I have like for a deployment pipeline, even creating workspace and administration also I have done. So
Okay.
that part also for in Power BI, like I am like a sole point of contact if anyone faces any issues right here in project.
Mm-hmm.
So I take care of everything here.
Yeah,
Even
that's
though I
really
am
great.
like a yeah, I am like a contractor, but in our complete finance department, I am this like person like point of contact. If anyone anything happens in Power BI, is they are facing issue, like I am the one they contact. Like even if I say like for the purchase also, like I say, convince my manager like okay, this will be useful for us. Like and only because of what POC I have given him, like he agreed to like spend some money. And he's seeing like good result. He's seeing like okay, we are having process properly streamlined. I am able to see like results. Like previously, what used to happen like with the developer only click publish from dev or UAT, anyone can publish anything to the any workspace. So that was like then we in Power BI, you right, you know right actually like we cannot track right now like who has published the latest one and all right. So that was like issue for them, so that also I have to help them to understand, work on it.
Yeah, that's really great.
And also like I have some exposure on Power Automate as well. Like my manager wants like head of department like he want to like earlier security we can implement the user log, then he can filter out data, but he wants like have the filtered data to email to the users. So at that time what we created a Power Automate. We used to like on the report we provided a button, so for each user it will apply the filters and it will create the PDF and it will email to them. So I have some exposure on Power Automate as well, like for our daily like Scrum meeting. So my manager he is not interested. He's like very technical person. He don't like meeting and all. So he said like create something for me. So we have created one chatbot. So every day around 1:30 hour time it will ping like use the update. So everyone will give the update, and whenever he gets my manager time, he will see like okay these are the updates. That's it. So like in Power Automate also I have done certification and I have exposure on that as well. I can work on that.
Great, great, great. Yeah, all right then. I will share my feedback with the HR, and she will get in touch with you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you for your time.
yeah. Thank you, thank you. Have a good day ahead. Bye bye.
Thank you.